everybody. Happy Monday. My mom is driving me nuts today. We're driving each other nuts.
Yeah, I'm just asking her. She's sitting across from me with this clip in the middle of her head, and she says it's holding her hair up, but I'm not sure.
See?
Quite what it's doing.
It is. It's holding my hair up. I have very thick hair. She does not, so she does not understand.
No, I do have very thin hair.
But anyways, what do you want to start talking about, Mother?
All kinds of just odds and ends today. Just making a list. But first of all, we'll do a diet check-in on both of us. Nicole is afraid of the scale. So when was that? After we got back, just since we podcasted last, she was over and I said, you need to get on the scale because you don't even have a starting number. You don't have any idea how you're doing. And she's, no. She went upstairs and she did it, and it was in the middle of the day, and
I weighed 127, which is way better than what I thought I weighed. When I had Arrow, I think I was like close to 150. So, and when I got pregnant, I was 111. So, I mean, when I got married, I was 20 weeks pregnant, and I was 120 pounds. That's like almost exactly a year ago. So the fact that I'm only 7 pounds from there. And to be fair, I was really, for me, I would say a good weight is 111's pretty thin for me. I had just gotten off Big Brother when I got pregnant, and I was very stressed out. So that's like I was pretty small, I'd say. So I don't like put any pressure to get ever back to like 111. I'm thinking more, and it's not about the weight per se, but it made me feel good that I weighed 127 because I would thought I'd still be in like the 130s or so, and I am only 5'2", so that's like, I don't know, I really would just like to get to 120, and I think I'd feel pretty content because my body's never going to be the same, ever. That's just how I feel, and I know that because I don't work out or anything. But yeah.
Well, and I noticed with her, so that's why I'm like, you're definitely losing weight. And she's like, no, I'm not. And I said, Nicole, you are. You're not wearing your
She calls. What do you call my?
I call them maternity pants, but she says they're breastfeeding. What are they?
No, they're postpartum pants, Mother.
And I always tease her. I'm like,
they keep everything in.
I said, you quit wearing your maternity pants, and you've been wearing a lot of normal clothes now. So I know you lost weight, and I swear I have not seen them on her in 3 weeks.
I wore them the other day though.
Not in front of me.
Yeah,
so she has.
I don't like those pants. I just wear them because they're comfortable and they go over my stomach. But
they're way too big for her. That's the reason I noticed them. Is they have, even before this they were hanging off of her. That's why I always call them. I have a saggy butt in them.
But I will say that also I had no boobs before I got pregnant. Now I have big boobs, and so there's a pound each in those. You know what I mean? And I want to lose them, too. That's the worst part about breastfeeding. I hate having boobs. Anyways.
Well, I think she'll like them a little bit, but she swears she doesn't.
Oh, no, I do not like them at all. And, I mean, maybe if they were not saggy already. My cleavage is not, it is, like, saggy. It is not cute, so I do not like it. I don't know. I would rather have zero boobs. I've had zero boobs, and I've had boobs, and I prefer zero boobs.
And as far as me this week, I have not dropped any weight, less than 2 pounds. So I have dropped a little bit. I don't want to say any. Dropped less than 2 pounds this week, but I have not went over my points at all the entire week. I did change my program up a little bit and add to get free noodles in there too. So I don't know.
That's when I didn't lose weight. That's exactly when I would do noodles for free.
Because I get noodles and potatoes for free. So yeah, starting with the new week, I'm going to change that out again. Or if it's just like, sometimes.
But let's be clear though, it's not regular noodles you get for free. It's like chickpea noodles and like healthy noodles.
Yeah, if I just did regular spaghetti and stuff, no.
Oh, you would have gained weight, I feel like, if you were eating that much regular.
I didn't gain.
No, but if you're eating regular noodles.
I know, but I'm saying I didn't gain.
I know.
But, so anyways, I am thinking like, you know how you plateau? I didn't think I would do that quite yet, but it'll just be for a week or two. But this is when a lot of people just get discouraged because I have done this plenty of times where it's like, okay, I've been dieting for 10 more days and I've only lost 1 more pound. and I've quit. So it's like, I am not stopping. I am not quitting. I'm a little bit worried about the vacation thing again, but this time I'm not listening. I'm packing the scale. It makes me feel better. It's just, and I actually looked it up because I wanted to know. I just read that up, actually looked it up last night in bed. If it's good to weigh yourself, like about weighing yourself every day. And it said that it shows studies where people who weigh themselves 3 to 5 times a week, rather than just once a week, have a lot greater weight loss because they're right on top of it. Yeah, and they're checking on it constantly. Yeah. So that was a good thing. And it's said, which we all know, weigh yourself at the same time every time you do weigh yourself. You know, if you're weigh yourself. And that is true because I usually weigh myself about 7. And if I get up at 5 o'clock to go to the bathroom, I'll weigh myself and I just do it just to look because I'm curious, did I lose weight yesterday? And I'll hop on the scale at 5 and it's never the same at 7. It's always less at 7. And I don't know why, but it's just weird. Anyways, that's it.
And then you weigh yourself completely naked, don't you?
Or in underwear. Yeah, that's it.
But not like fully clothed because that makes a huge difference. So when I go to the doctor, I've always weighed like 4 pounds extra.
Well, and with clothing,
Beyonce's stuck going through the doors.
And with clothing, you want to wear this. You'd have to wear kind of the same same kind of material because sometimes you have sweatshirt and jeans on. Sometimes you just have shorts and a thing. So it's better to So I just weigh myself like that, and then that's it. And then the next thing I wanted to talk about, jumping totally into something different, is I'm over here today, and she got some new Easter decorations, and I was just like peeking through them, and I got them out so that when we get back, she can put them up in the house. And I wanted to talk about like Easter traditions because this is going to be Arrow's first Easter. Mm-hmm. So like, just thinking about it, like I see a lot of people. I've never done this, and I see a lot of people do it now, where they take their kids outside and they plant jelly beans. Yeah. In the grass, and then on Easter morning there's suckers or lollipops.
I like that.
I don't know. I was just thinking about that. Like with here, it could be with Michigan, it could be snow on the ground at Easter, or it could be really nice out. So I don't know if you want to start it, if you'd think maybe do it in a planter. Like you actually got a planter in your house and you planted them.
That's a good idea.
And then you like water them each day, and like all of a sudden that's what I was. I
like that. And then obviously coloring Easter eggs, but that he won't remember right now.
And and then I was wondering if thinking about this is funny. Do you listeners hide your Easter baskets, and do you hide them hard or easy? And do your children get mad if they're the last one? I remember as a child I loved looking for things, but when I couldn't find them, I was very, very upset. And I had a brother and sister my age and a lot younger ones, but so us 3 older kids, if you were the last one, you were like begging for help from the other ones, and they wanted to just look in their Easter basket, and we'd literally be crying because you could not find your Easter basket. And I'm just thinking about when you and Jesse used to find yours, how did you how'd you feel if it was harder or easy, or did you help each other?
I remember that. I remember mine being in the tall cover, or Jesse's being, I always felt like Jesse's was easier. And I would say, I found Jesse's, but I'm not telling you where it is. Like, I found it. And he'd be like, where is it? That's funny. I don't know if we really helped each other or not. I don't know.
And I think, a lot of times I think I was tortured by it. Like, thinking about it, I think mine was hard all the time, or I was just a terrible finder. Because I was like, I almost think of it as torture. Like really? When I think back to it, because it could go on for hours, literally hours.
Your mom hit it that hard? No, yeah. I remember good memories. I remember exactly what our baskets looked like. Jesse's was blue, mine was pink. They were really big and heavy duty. But I do remember always usually finding Jesse's, and I loved Easter egg hunts too.
But I gave you guys, sometimes did you like it better when I did the eggs with the clues, and then you go and you find the clue next, and then the next clue, and find, like when I hide things.
I just liked waking up and finding just my basket. And the thing is the baskets were pretty large, so they were kind of hard to hide, but they were still kind of fun and hard to find even as I got older.
Yeah, that's what I think I'm
kind of sad
nothing was off limits for finding them when I was a kid. They could be outside, they could be in a shed, they could be in the barn. They could
Is
be
that
anywhere.
a thing that most people do, or is that just something that Grandma did so you did for us? Is that a thing?
That's what I'm asking. I don't know if most people hide, that's what I wrote down in my notes right here. Do most of you listeners hide plastic eggs, or do you hide like real eggs that you boil? Because I've never done that, but
people do that.
But a lot of people do that. Yes, they do. They color their Easter eggs the night before. A lot of people do that, and then they hide those. They leave them out for the Easter Bunny, and the Easter Bunny hides them all over. I've only hidden for you guys the plastic ones.
Yeah, with stuff inside.
And
clues or candy or
or prize numbers and then the baskets. I've never hidden those ones. So that's what I was just wondering. And then also, this is a weird or normal question that is related to this, because thinking about it as a kid, but I wouldn't do it anymore. Is it weird or normal to boil your eggs, color them, leave them on your counter for 3 or 4 days and just keep eating them? Because as a kid, we would color them and we'd eat them for 7 days on the counter, never going back in the fridge.
That's weird.
That was like...
Well, you never got sick.
No, that's what... And people who sell pickled eggs, they'll leave them on the counter and not put them in the fridge at places.
Yeah,
so I'm wondering...
You're right. Apparently you don't need to.
But I really think
now
you'd get sick.
People are
I don't
weird
know.
about it. I think we're just a little bit more cautious.
Yeah, I would not do it now.
I've eaten a lot of pickled eggs on gas station counters, and I've been fine too. Now that I think about it.
Yeah, but some of the places keep them inside the cooler, but a lot of them don't. And so
not around here anyway.
And then we never we used our when we colored Easter eggs, we used them were decorations. Once we colored Easter eggs, say we colored them the night before, we put all the grass out on the table in a pretty dish, set them all up, and then we're decorations till we ate them. If it was, and I think if we didn't eat them within a week, my mom threw them away. But we literally, and I can't remember, maybe we did get belly aches.
We put ours in the fridge, didn't we?
Ever since, I
can remember.
Yeah, because I think I started to leave them out when I first had you guys, and then somebody said, they're going to get sick. You got to put them in the fridge. And so, yes, I've always just put them in the fridge since.
This episode is brought to you by Kitty Poo Club. Are you a proud cat person? You love your cat, but that doesn't mean you have to love having a litter box in your home. Kitty Poo Club takes care of the more unpleasant parts of cat ownership, so you can get back to loving your furry friend. Kitty Poo Club is the most convenient monthly litter box ever. Every month, Kitty Poo Club delivers an affordable and recyclable litter box that's pre-filled with the litter of your choice. You can easily customize your subscription at any time too. Maybe add some toys or treats or accessories, whatever will make you and your kitty happy. And right now, Kitty Poo Club is offering an awesome discount on your first box. And right now, the free shipping, too, when you sign up with AutoShip. So just go to www.kittypooclub.com to save on your first AutoShip order of litter boxes with free shipping. And be sure to let them know that this podcast name, which is Coco Caliente, sent you after you check out. And that's kittypooclub.com. Thank you. I was going to say, I guess this brought up the topic of Easter candy real quick. Can I bring that up?
Yes.
Peeps are not that good.
I like Peeps.
I don't think Peeps are very good. I think it's kind of a weird thing to sell. And then also Reese's eggs, those are awesome. And then those what are those things that Tiff likes with the cream in the middle? Those are nasty.
Cadbury eggs. I don't like
those
Cadbury eggs.
Those are nasty.
But Peeps are good. I love Peeps. I love opening the package of Peeps, eating the first one really soft like that, and then letting the rest get hard, and then eating the rest hard. But they are very sugary. And
chocolate bunnies aren't good either. I need to come up with an Easter candy, something that's... I mean, there is a lot of good candy, don't get me wrong, but the specific candies that I feel like you buy for a kid were, if I opened up my Easter basket and my mom got me a white chocolate bunny, I was really upset because I don't like white chocolate. But then I'd be like, why did Jessie get milk chocolate? Or dark chocolate? We're like, ew, we don't like dark chocolate.
And that's so funny because as a kid, my mom knew exactly. She asked, that's the one thing she kind of said. She goes, you need to tell the Easter bunny if you want a white chocolate bunny, or you want a chocolate bunny, and if you want it solid or hollow. Oh. So every year we got to kind of pick what we wanted, and my two favorites were the hollow white bunny and the chocolate solid bunny. So that's the two I would go back and forth. But it was like you have to tell the Easter bunny and which one you want. So we got big ones. So that was like the main focus, and we loved that part of our Easter basket.
I will say that as a kid, well, you always gave us one, even if we didn't eat it, because I feel like they're kind of like, they were always like 75 cents, and they're a staple. They make the Easter basket look like good, right? But I never liked jelly beans that much as a kid, but now I really like the Starburst ones and the Nerd ones, and those are good. I like jelly beans now more. But you would always put a magazine and like an article of clothing or something like in there too, so that was always fun.
And like bubbles and stuff for outside when you're little, and as you got older.
A lot more than just candy, I guess. It wasn't like me and Jesse just devoured all this candy.
No, you guys used to like, which I never got into, and they didn't have them when I were kids, but you guys liked with them little egg cartons with the different colored gums.
Yes, I loved those.
Like you guys I always
They're
put
so
those
cute
in there, and the marshmallow chocolates were something. It was just funny because I always did the staples of what I had as a child, and then added some of the new cooler things that they have now too. But it was definitely more say it was a shovel and balls, depending on their age level, like whatever their age level was. That's what. As they got older, maybe some gift cards and, little things. And we would always spring clothing items.
And I think what we would do is we would pretty much just dump our baskets all together too at the end, and
with the candy.
With the candy, and just eat the candy together. It'd take us a long time. We were never like, this is mine, don't touch my candy. We always just I don't know. I remember me and Jesse playing Nintendo 64, eating out of our Easter baskets and just sharing our candy.
Yeah, and I'm curious, what other people do and what different things you can do, and how.
And what's your favorite Easter candy? Just as you got as a kid and now. I'm just really curious because there's a lot of choices out there, and what I used to like isn't necessarily what I like now. And do you like Cadbury eggs? I feel like some people love them, some people don't.
Just like Peeps. I think that's the same way too.
With
they
Peeps,
either really
but I
like
feel
the
like
Peeps.
Everyone loves Reese's eggs, right? You don't?
Yes, I do. I can't see anybody not liking Reese's peanut butter eggs, and
those are the best.
And they seem like they're better than Reese's peanut butter cups.
They are.
And I think it's because they're thicker, and I don't know, maybe it's because they only come once a year. Because I don't think, how they make them for the other holidays.
They're not as good.
No, they're not. It's just the
eggs.
eggs.
You know what was really good when we grew up that I'm thinking about was the cosmic brownies and the shapes. Do you remember? The shapes.
You mean trees?
Trees and hearts. We got those in, Victor went to Ubley School and ate lunch yesterday when he was on duty. And I'm really jealous. I loved school lunches so much. And that it reminded me, there'd be cosmic brownie day, and they'd get the shapes they'd have special frosting. Those were so, so good. I don't even think they give desserts like that anymore at school. And then I think they're
really on a health craze.
And then the other thing that you bought us that we loved was the Pop-Tarts, the Pictionary Pop-Tarts. Do you remember those with the frosting?
Were those at white frosting?
Yes. And then I swear they were only around for less than a year, and we were so devastated we could never find them again. But those were two things I feel like were definitely in my Easter basket.
That's funny. But yeah, it's coming up. I can't believe it's, like I said, I can't believe it's already March 4th. This month is going to fly by, and it is going to be nice and spring, and I'm excited. I'm excited for...
Yeah, for sure. And Mom did book Arrow photo shoot. It's 5 minutes, but he's going to be with a real bunny for Easter.
I think there's 3 little bunnies.
Oh, 3 little bunnies?
I think so.
Cool. And so hopefully that becomes a tradition that we do that every year.
Yeah, and that reminds me, I'm glad you said that, because I have that on did I put that on my list? Yes. This is what I just talked to Nicole about today, was social media and all the accounts. I see pictures of everybody's kids all the time, but do people actually hand out photos anymore? I just told her today, I'm like, Nicole, we need to get a real photo shoot, or even if she does it, but we need to pictures you print off, give some people some wallets, the 5x7s, the 8x10s.
Yeah.
I could not wait to get my kids' pictures taken when they were little, dress them up, and go pass out the pictures, and
it is a kind of a shame because, I feel like I don't even have a lot of in hand copies of pictures of Arrow. Like you said, it's all on my phone, all on social media, instead of on my walls or on everyone else's. I haven't even given.
You haven't given any the grandmas or
I did print them for Christmas. I just don't know where they are. But I try. But
We
yeah,
need to
those
get
were
some
newborn pics. Now I definitely got to update those. So yeah, I'm glad you're on me about that. I think that's really important.
Because like Dave's mom and dad, they don't have anything to look at.
You're right.
Anything.
They don't have social
They don't
media.
have one picture
Yeah.
of him in their house. They can't look at the stuff. And I don't know. I don't even have like printed pictures of him. I have, I think, just the family picture we got taken in one of just him and you. I don't have any either, and
That's
he's so dang
horrible.
cute. And I want picture, like I want to keep changing my picture. I want her to print them off.
Yeah.
And
Okay, I'll start scheduling. Like, you said you did yours every 3 months.
we were supposed to do 3, 6, 9, 12. Yeah, and I had them all in a frame together like that through I mean, you definitely took a picture of them at 3
Yeah.
months, 6 months, but 9 months we should get some real pictures. I know
Yeah, for sure.
the year'd come up too fast, but I think we should get some like he's so cute right now at this stage, and he's sitting now and can smile and do funny
the fact
things.
that he's sitting now, that makes me feel better. Like, because those pictures are cute.
Yeah.
He's not gonna be like, remember Jesse's picture? They had him like laid down like this, and he had like this double huge chin,
Well, that's probably because it was a 3-month picture.
Yeah, but it's like the photographer just sit him up a little bit.
They were those were the Kmart and the Walmart, but I went.
It was like
I got
the
big
one,
packages.
You didn't. I swear they're like eyes closed. They don't care. They're just like, here's your picture.
Well, no, they give you like they literally. I loved getting pictures of you guys. They literally like let you. They take a whole bunch, and I always took the whole package, no matter if some were bad or good. You could just pick out and buy what you wanted to buy. But they say, okay, save this much money if you take the whole package for $100, and I'd say, okay, I want the whole package. So that's probably why some of them that you see at
there's
home.
this 8x10 of Jesse, and I'm like, he's not even looking at it. I don't even know if his eyes are open at the camera.
Yeah, but
What's going on?
But those are probably ones they're just in my storage bin. That's why, because they're the ones I didn't pass. The ones I didn't pass out. But I always took all of them.
It's like, crazy what they like. Those pictures are so. You can see every little thing on us. Like, I guess there's no editing at all. Like, you know how they do like the pretty edits now? You could see like if we have a big scratch across our face, it's just like this big red scratch, and just like, I don't know.
But everybody's pictures are like that.
I know, but it's just really, really funny to me because it's just not. I look at myself and I'm like, Mom, I have like all these marks on my face, or I have food or something. I'm like, what's going on?
She doesn't have food.
Okay, it just like, it's funny. I'm going to show you, like, say a big red spot or something.
You guys, look how, does Arrow not have red spots every day? He has sensitive skin too.
Yes, I know, I agree. I just think, I guess because it's different now.
And they couldn't see what they took. They like literally took them, and I mean, look at the pictures of me and Dad are in them with you guys. We look at least there's no picture where all 4 of us look normal. I'll tell you that because at least somebody was.
They're still cute, and I do like how raw they are. I feel like it's a very like raw photo, I guess, and it might not necessarily been on our best picture day. That's all I'm saying too. Is you know what I mean?
Yeah, but I bet you when I got the pictures, I thought they were the cutest pictures ever. It's just that they're 30 years old now,
That's true.
They're different. They're different. They're not black
but
and
white. But I do, Mom was like, she did make a good point too, though. I do want just like those like raw, whatever photos with bright color, let him like bright colored clothes, not necessarily like, everything doesn't have to be perfect.
Like neutral and that kind of stuff. That's what she was going to sketch.
I'm like, should I just do like a neutral shoot or whatever? Mom's like, no, do something like bright and vibrant. I'm like, yeah, you're totally right.
Just like, yeah, whatever.
Like a little kid, like a kid picture.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that. Let him be a kid. He's a kid. So, and it doesn't have to be I'll put anything on my walls are pink for Pete's sakes. Like I like vibrant stuff. So I think I would just do that stuff because I feel like that's what everyone else is doing, or I should do. But
well, you do enough of that anyways, and and you have it on your media or whatever. So, it's just nice just to have go drive all over and visit all your relatives and say, hey, I got Arrow's pictures for you.
I'm excited for that. Okay, so I'm really excited.
I look around the house here and I'm like, where's Arrow's little...
Well, you know what I think too is like, I guess I already have spots in my house for I'm like, no, we can't put anything there. That's where his school pictures are going. Because I definitely plan on, no matter like what they look, how funny they are or whatever, we could try retakes once if his eyes are closed or something. But I'm going to put them all up by my entryway. And so I was always looking forward to that. But I definitely have to take pictures before he's in school for my walls.
Yes.
So yeah.
Okay, so now we have okay, I actually have two funny Dave stories today. And one of them is, and I'm sure every state and every town has this, where they're like online garage sales or whatever, where you can say, I don't want my desk anymore. I put my desk for sale on like the thing, and everybody around in your area can see it. And then you like meet at neutral locations, usually at like Meijer or Walmart or the gas station, and you swap money for your thing. I don't put anything on there, but I hardly ever buy anything on there. And it's like a week and a half ago, I saw these Case tractors, and my husband likes tractors, and that's the kind of tractor he likes. And they weren't the right color, but I was just like, oh, they must be. One said from 2007, one said from 2009, and the boxes looked like big tractors, like the Arrow could play with, or we could just put wherever at our house for Arrow. And Dave would like them just because they're Case tractors. So anyways, it was like one for $20 each, or two for $35. So I just messaged a person. I said, these still available? And she's like, yeah, get two for $35. So I said, okay, I'll take them. Well, I'd never asked the size of them, never asked anything, but we were going, so we were meeting at Meijer's, and I told my husband.
My mom was telling me how excited she was she can't wait to get Arrow's picture with these big tractors. I'm like, oh yeah, that sounds so cute.
Well, because I got him a really big Case tractor for Christmas, and a Case onesie and a Case thing. So for his 9-month pictures here, I'm going to use them. I already have it all together, so I'm already using them for like the one we take for her wall or whatever, her media wall. But anyways, so I was like, okay, a couple more tractors. So I said, Dave, you get out. When we met the people, they told me what they're driving. You tell them what you're driving. And I said, you get out and grab them, because they're going to be kind of big. All I did was he walked over there to the thing. He smiled at me, and he had this tiny, I'm talking tiny little bag in his hand, and I couldn't even tell anything was in the bag. They're just like a little bit bigger than a Matchbox car. Oh my gosh, he didn't say anything to me. He didn't say, because he could have maybe said like, oh, we don't want them. He just said, you made the deal, you bought them, and he hands them to me, and we just laughed. And then I came and showed Nicole, and she was laughing.
Well, Dad hands me a bag when he walks in the house, and I thought he bought 2 containers of butter. I was like, he's like, here, this is what your mom bought. And I was like, why do I need butter? Because he had like little butter boxes. And then he's like, those are the tractors I started laughing. I'm like, oh, no way. And Mom's like telling me about this killer deal she got. And I said, is it still a killer deal? She goes, yeah, I think so, if you look them up on the internet.
I don't know, but they're on the internet for sale, but they don't. But I think they come in different sizes. And I think that they never sold. That's the thing. But Dave never said anything like. He took it like smiling and handed them to me smiling, and it was
because Dad loves tractors, so he's probably like, she tried.
Well, he said, I know them weren't Case, because Case are aren't that color, they're red. And he goes, you got a yellow one and a green one.
Yeah, because you told me they were so vintage that they were before Case tractors were even red. This is how excited you were.
I was like, they're yellow and red, or yellow and green, and that's a color like John Deere and International or the other kind, and I'm like, I don't know, they're red or whatever. Anyways, it was quite funny, because he literally had the bag hanging on his pinky, so light, walking back to the vehicle, smiling at me, and I was like, what the heck? I just couldn't wait to look in that bag, and it's just so funny. But he took it really good. But then yesterday, I was making him lunch over here, and we had done a grocery order, and I had bought tuna fish, so I was like, oh, okay, I'm going to make him a couple tuna fish sandwiches and run them up to him real quick for lunch. Well, I made them, and then Nicole was out of Miracle Whip. We only use Miracle Whip Light. Yeah. And so Victor uses, what's that stuff called?
He uses mayo olive oil. With avocado oil, or maybe with olive oil, one of the things. It's just like regular mayo, but it's got
a green label.
Yeah.
So I never tasted it. I made his sandwiches, and took them up to him. He never said anything about it, nothing. And then last night after dinner, I said, well, did you like those? Because I haven't made he likes tuna fish sandwiches. I haven't made them in a while. And I said, did you like the lunch I packed you? And he said, no. He said, not, since you're asking, not really. He said, don't make me them again. Was that bread old? I said, Dave, we just got a grocery order. Did you not feel how soft that bread was? It was the homemade bread, and I just got it today. He's like, something was off. He says, it did not taste
something. No, he said something wasn't just sitting right with me with those sandwiches.
He goes, I don't know, but just don't. He goes, don't do that again. And then I just started laughing. And before I even told him
and then I was like, and then I heard this and I was like, oh, is it the mayo? And then Mom's like, oh, yeah.
It was he's like, oh, don't use that again. And it was just so
It's
funny.
weird because I made an egg salad sandwich with that. And I hated it. Because Miracle Whip like tastes a little bit like sweeter, and that has no sweet taste at all.
And I've never tasted it before, but it's just so funny because he could not pick out why he didn't like his tuna fish. And he wouldn't have told me if I didn't ask. He didn't say anything. He ate them and didn't say a word, but it was just funny.
Then you made him tuna today, right? And that was much better.
He said, yeah, I made them at my house today because today is Friday and we can't eat meat. So I'm like, oh, shoot, I shouldn't have made them tuna fish yesterday, but I did. So I made them today, and he said, oh, them were really good. I said, yeah, I used the normal. So just little things can alter.
Yeah, that's for sure. You don't know it when you're just used to something.
Yes.
We never had real mayo ever growing up.
Just like in like a recipes once in a while, but it's so little that you couldn't even like.
We're not used to real mayo, so it's not good to us, which is a good thing because it's very fattening.
Is it?
Yeah. Real mayo? Oh my gosh, yeah. Miracle Whip Light's a little bit better.
Yeah, it's like whatever you grow up on. Like Heinz ketchup was it for us, and that's all we buy. But like I can eat other ketchups just fine. Like I've tried Hunt's and stuff, and I can eat ketchup.
Yeah.
I can eat ketchup, and mustard was always French's.
We grew
but
up
I can
on
eat other
can't
mustard
believe it's
too.
not butter. So then it took me a while to like. Now I eat it's like the vegan stuff. Earth Balance or something. It tastes just as good. But I remember going to Grandma's house once and
I grew up on and you didn't like
butter.
her? Yeah, she only uses real butter.
No, I liked it.
Real butter.
It would just tasted different when I was a kid, I remember. They made me toast and I couldn't figure out what was different. But you don't know as a kid. You're just like, this tastes weird. But
yeah, my mom only uses real butter. And I actually buy real
for baking. You buy real butter, I guess. I think it was just more for toast.
But like cannot eat like sometimes when you had to run up to the store just and get whatever they had in the morning when I'm making breakfast and like they had parquet or something.
Oh.
Like the margarine. I don't like the taste of that stuff.
No, yeah, you just get used to it. It's just weird.
And I don't even know how I started buying I can't believe it's not butter. I don't know.
Then I saw remember when they used to have those books that says eat this, not that? And I was obsessed with those in high school because I was like, okay, I want to eat a candy bar. Which candy bar should I eat? 100 grand is your answer if you're wondering. And Funyuns is also the chips you should eat. But it had do not eat. Yeah, I can't believe it's not butter.
It said don't eat that?
Yeah.
So what are you supposed to eat?
I can't remember what the butter option was, but so I don't know.
And I think I just am so used to it and the taste that's just always what I buy now.
I mean, I don't know. All that stuff is probably just as bad as each other.
I can't believe it's not butter spray. We buy all that.
Yeah, and I also buy Earth Balance spray. It's all good. It's all tastes good. But yeah.
I'm trying to see what else I have. Oh, flowers. I wanted to talk about this and maybe like we can get some input for anybody who's not on our page. What is our page on Facebook? It is
Coco Caliente Podcast Group.
Yep. Yes. And if you want to, you have to be accepted, but if you want to add to it, and if you want to get into any of our conversations.
Are you talking about flowers or followers?
I'm going to talk about flowers, but I'm going to ask a question again. So if they have any answers for us.
I was confused. I see flowers written. I heard flowers. And then I was like, wait, is she trying to mean followers?
No, I meant they can join the group and converse in the conversation because I would like some information on this.
Yes.
I try to spread good information to you and I'd like to get some back.
Yeah.
We want to both start to grow flowers that are easy to grow, like a garden of flowers that you can cut and put on your table. So I think we need some that last from early spring until fall. And they don't all have to come back, but it would be nice if some of them came back. But we'd like to both start growing a flower garden. We like variety, not
It's like wilds type things.
Yes, and variety. And we both like flowers on our table. And
I prefer the ones that are pretty hardy. Like, you don't gotta like baby. I'm not good at that. I'm not good with plants at all. But yeah, that's really. Do you think that we need a building, or we just need a bed, like a flower bed outside, or do we need like a greenhouse?
No, I see a lot of people that they plant them right in their gardens, and then they just go out and they'll be at the edges of their gardens. My neighbor has some really nice ones. I have sandy ground, so I might do like just help her plant hers here, and then I can cut and take home flowers. So, but we'd like to kind of make a big area of it.
Yeah.
So
I was thinking about getting a greenhouse though. Like building one. They're not that bad, I don't think, to build. I saw one of my neighbors in Ubley had one. Yeah. And they grew some really pretty flowers, and then they had a whole thing of sunflowers. Like a whole... But what I thought about is, I feel like, is it hard, if you do grow flowers, is it hard to cut them and then put them on your table? Because I get real, I don't know, just like cutting them, and then, they're going to die in a couple days when they could probably... that's be pretty longer outside, so I don't know if I'd actually be good with cutting them.
I think a lot of people do it, and I think it's really cool. And you want to get hardy ones, and some of them only last so long out there, so you bring them in anyways.
That's true.
And I don't know. I really would like to be able to go out there and have 8 different things to pick from. Make a little.
Yep. I bought a bunch of little vases, and I almost just want like one flower in each one, like around the house. It'd be really cool.
And do you start from seeds in the house and start doing them there, or do you start from little plants? That's another question. And I also want to get into, if you guys are, if you have any information on that, maybe you have information on this. I do want to start a small garden this year, and I've been talking to my friend Megan. She expands her garden every year, and so I need to get in touch with her again about it. But if you have any suggestions on what you do to make a successful garden as well, that would be... I feel like tomatoes is... I can do tomatoes because we can tomatoes. We don't eat tomatoes, but we can them. Strawberries are always good. I don't know, green beans. I'm not sure what to even start with. You guys used to grow a garden. Tomatoes were easy for me to grow. Corn was hard for me.
Peppers were good for you.
Yeah, tomatoes and peppers are, and we actually do a lot of canning with them, so that wouldn't be a good thing. And they're pretty hardy. And my son usually grows a lot of tomatoes, but now he moved, so I don't know if he's gonna grow a garden at his new place or if he's still gonna do it at his farm that he still has too. But I'll have to check into that. He actually has a nice little spot for it at the farm.
I'm wondering when you plant your garden. When you start
usually it's Dave knows that. Dad knows that for sure. It's like after...
And you buy plants.
You have to wait till after the free... we only buy plants for the peppers and the tomatoes.
Everything else you start from seeds?
Let me think. We use a lot of seeds, yeah.
You do? Mm-hmm. I remember planting them.
But using seeds outside, yeah. Like we got that little seed planter. It's on a wheel. And it tells you put, say if you're going to put carrots in the ground, tells you how far and how, and it automatically puts them, down for you.
I'm also hoping to get chicks this spring, but I'm going to have to talk to
Victor. We got a lot of big plans here.
Talk to Victor about that one.
I think that's going to, just from what I'm thinking, we're going to wait a whole nother year on that.
Because I think Arrow will really like that. And he'll be able to remember it better next year.
Yeah, weeding the gardens is the worst, so we'll see how long.
I want to get a building, too. Just like a little building. They're little. Remember, I was asking Jimmy if he could build me one.
For what, though?
It's like a garden building. It could have food on one side and, flowers on the other.
But it's not really a building. It's just...
It's not a building.
It's just like a big wood boxes.
It's a big wood box to keep out, I guess, animals.
Well, yeah, I'm a little bit worried about her having a garden here. I guess we might have to talk to the neighbors, too, because there is never, ever a day that I'm not sitting here and there's deer all over her lawn.
Well, deer can eat the garden. That's fine, I guess. So,
no, then what's the purpose of having it? They'll eat the whole garden.
I mean, they can
you're going to have to put something. Yeah, we'll have to figure that out.
I don't know. I hear some howling out there. That's what I'm afraid of. And with my chickens, too, I got to make sure they're safe if eventually I get them. I think there's some wild animals out there. If I do say so myself. I got to watch my dogs real freaking closely.
Yeah, there is coyotes sometimes in this area. That's probably what you hear howling.
All right, well, thank you guys so much for listening to us. We really appreciate it. And we are, anything we want to wrap up and say?
No, we're going to try. Well, we're going to see. We're not going to do an extra episode now, and then we're going to be gone for a week. So either we will be missing an action that next week, or if we snuck and actually got to pack the podcast stuff without the boys seeing us, then we'll be podcasting from Florida. So that's our plan, but... they kind of spy on us a little bit sometimes, and they try to stop our ventures.
Victor will see that suitcase and he will say, "What are you doing?"
Yeah, so we gotta see what we can do. But if not, we'll see you in a couple weeks. But hopefully we get our way and we get away with it.
Hopefully we're podcasting with a margarita in hand.
Yep.
And Mariah she can be our third person.
Yep, she can be our co-host.
Fun. Okay, cool. We'll see you guys later.
Bye-bye.
If you want to be the most interesting person at the cocktail party, well, hop on over and listen to the Brain Candy podcast.
Our award-winning content will have you laughing while you're learning.
We read all the best articles, books, and studies and keep up with new TV shows, documentaries, and pop culture. And then we cram it all into 2 shows a week.
Conspiracy theories, cannibal rabbits, unsolved mysteries, the history of the Walkman. There's something for everyone.
The Brain Candy podcast. Find our link in the show notes.
Or simply search for the Brain Candy podcast on your podcast app.